Right, enough with the fighting, enough with the ganking. Let's talk about farmers, because they're just as good, if not stronger. However, you do need to understand a few things about, I like this guy's name, about the game in Season 15, and that's what we're going to look at over here. Now, we are, of course, against Karthus. He will be farming and make a shilling. HECARIM is one of those sleeper OP picks. He has been for all of Season 14. It's weird, because HECARIM used to be absolutely obnoxious. They changed him, and everyone went like, well, now he's useless. Then they buffed him a little bit more with the W last year, and all of a sudden the champion became this hidden OP viable thing that most people just weren't playing properly, or building properly. So, red, Krugs, keep the Q stacks as much as possible, please. And into the Raptors. We are, of course, against an Aurora. Here we've got the Fiora. You know, I know people that have not seen the champion in 5, 6, 7, 8 years because they perma-banned it. Respectable, honestly. And now we are kind of watching the volatility there. If you are a red quadrant ganking jungler, even a HECARIM here, if you see this, please be this, because I cannot stress enough how, yes, even if you're farming jungler, doesn't mean you can't hightail it over. The downside is, if you're against a Karthus, you don't know where he is, that sucker will take your whole top side, and it will hurt you a little bit as HECARIM as well. So keep your eyes open for this as Rek'Sai, Shaco's, Lee Sin's, and whatnot, because you don't really care about losing your camps a little bit. You'll just grab the next rotation to maximize the experience. These dives will be less likely, but of course, yeah, so keep your eyes on that in case you need to rotate. Karthus will finish this sucker off here, and he knows HECARIM's probably going to be pathing to the top side, so he's going to swap immediately back down to the bottom scuttle. At this stage, I mean, like, I feel like, yeah, but this is a bit of a waste of time. Now, the Ziggs is giving him a free gank out of mana. Ziggs path towards you, jungler, please. HECARIM hasn't yet done the scuttle crab because it hasn't yet spawned. I'm a little more like the Karthus to just base buy and handle business, and then, you know, think about this kind of stuff, especially if HECARIM starts Raptors. You absolutely must head to Virkayu.gg. Not only do I have a free jungle improvement resource, I also have a dedicated program with jungle video courses, jungle coaching, coaching classes, a jungle VOD library. Courses will be prepped for Season 15 as soon as the changes are stable. All the fundamentals you need for right now are available in a ridiculous amount of hours for content tailored for your MMR so you can climb to reach your peak rank, as we saw from all of those people hitting their peak dreams in Season 14 as fast as possible. So to hit your peak rank in Season 15 and jungle div every game you play, head to the link in the description below or to Virkayu.gg. Which you kind of would expect him to do, even if he didn't. I don't know. Seems a bit weird to kind of hang around, because now you want to be in sequence. Either way, Karthus is going to go back to base. HECARIM is now getting some deep vision. This is all you can do against things like Karthus junglers, or junglers you can't necessarily fully track or match in tempo, whether that's fighting or ganking or farming, doesn't matter. Put this down here, we'll track a second sequence. Put this down here, we'll track the next sequence as well. Huge. Now, Karthus is going to go ahead and look, as I said, just to see, can I do something? He's really not being efficient with his time. The HECARIM will be matching the bottom side here because that's where he started. We're watching this flashes burn. You just keep your eyes on this HECARIM. You just watch it. Remember what we spoke about in all the videos on this channel so far. High kill participation. Track, extrapolate, and react. Not always, but when you know you can have success. That's the biggest thing. Too many times people react badly. Now, Karthus is still here. HECARIM can easily rotate. Obviously, we do have the E up. We're going to get the knockback there. We haven't used our Ghost yet. Just keeping an eye on what spells need to be used. This is where you have to make the decision, that executive decision. Is this worth us actually, like, why are they... Bro? Is it worth us hanging around here, or should we bounce? And this is the balance between, are you a ganker and a fighter, or you're a farmer and a fighter in terms of what you want to do this season, because you got to fight. Everyone's got to fight. Karthus is really just, yeah, he hasn't even bought yet. What a waste of time, losing all the advantage he has in the sequencing there. HECARIM now eyes up, sees Raptors, watches the Aurora. She most likely is going to bounce. We see that flash, so F key and track that, please. HECARIM, look, I know you want to react and rotate to things, and you should. Good vision here, thank you so much. But at the end of the day, you're still HECARIM. So sequence, get 6, play around that, and don't compromise yourself too much like the Karthus did. Really not a fan of his wackadoodle pathing there, and not really optimizing. Now we've done our second sequence all the way to the top. We see you see that there? Rel in our face is always the worst thing. Karthus in our face, always the worst thing. Look at the numbers you have or don't have, and you know, like in all previous years, I understand. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. I mean, you can coin flip it, but I don't recommend it. you got to think a little bit about prio and if you can actually win the fight here. Waiting for the melee to shove. If you can get one smite off, you're going to deny that objective 4 feats of strength. There's the Ziggs ult. That's all we're really waiting for. Good wait, and we are able to snack one away. That's huge. Now we're super duper low. We don't get quite level 6 because we didn't get a kill. If we had a kill, interestingly, you see, this is where things change a little bit. Sorry to do this. I know some of you don't like it, but it's important. He waits for teams to show up, for his team to come in and have their ults and their spells ready. If your team are not in a position to do this, please don't sit for 12 years and expect it. They're not going to provide. It's better to go maybe solo this, counter jungle this, look at the map for another play, etc. Because this works because you got high elo junglers that are, and laners who are looking at the situation and saying, wait, I'm coming, and the jungler understands this. And again, if we had done full clear, scuttle crab, got in the kill, back to base, done all of this, done one grubby, you get that level 6, and now you can dominate this fight. So normally, if you have one good gank early, you'd get level 6 on the steal, and that's what's massive. And it's nice to wait there for the Karthus to smite the first grub, so you can guarantee get the second one to steal it away. And obviously now we have TP coming in from Malawi. Goodness gracious, this silly mechanic, but it is what it is. You can TP to minions, which of course we all love so much. Karthus will just run away. HECARIM will finish this baby off. He's not running away. What is the lack of discipline here? Well, he's forced to flash. HECARIM doesn't have 6 yet, man. This is tragic. If he had 6, it's just a quadra kill. I wish this wasn't happening. This is a great example of what everyone's complaining about at the moment. Just needless fighting, coin flipping fighting. People are not running away. Just leave, red team. Leave. There's nothing left to be gained. And of course, even from my perspective here, I don't really care that your team are doing this as HECARIM. Just take the scuttle crab and go and do stuff elsewhere. Go and buy if you've got enough gold for something cool. Or cut it through and take all of his stuff here. If he wants to sit around and dick around, be unafraid of making the actual map play. That hasn't changed either, because first to 3 kills will be feats of strength, that metric, when you most likely watch us within a few days, because that's being changed. Nerf to buff, depending on your perspective. Turret is going to be pretty much in our favor with those 2 grubs early on. And we got a Ziggs. So play the map as you always have done. Get your level 6 here, and then if this fight's still going on, you can rotate over. But this is what people are complaining about quite heavily. Yes, this is what people... this is what people hate. Oh, well, did she mean to do that? Because now HECARIM can ult over the wall, get the fear, and the helicopter smash. Nice and easy. As I was saying, this is why HECARIM is so good in this meta, because sometimes you gotta hover idiots and bad decisions and weird fights, and HECARIM's just so damn good at it with his speed up, with his in and out gameplay, with his healing, with the sustained fighting, and with, of course, the gap close and the mass fear. Be worried about the Karthus or Lee Sin or whatever actually trying to do something here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Karthus just carried on sequencing and just ditched. There's a ward just in case. It's unlikely he's on that. I would expect him to just path up and be safe for now, focus on that second sequence. HECARIM has done a good job of... I mean, it's really weird that we're 1-0-0 with all the fighting we've had. Normally you would have more kills. And that's why sometimes on this channel it's nice to have games like this, because it's like, how can you 1v9 if I don't get instantly giga-fed early, automatically, never before seen 5 kills by 2 minutes? It's not always exciting. I don't like it. I prefer these ones where you kind of just stacking your advantages slowly, and then you just pounce and destroy everybody. There's Karthus doing the full sequence as we expected. Obviously, it's spoiled for us in replay, but that's why I tell you up front what I think might happen. And again, here's why HECARIM's so good. Leaves his camps. Ult is still not up yet. Doesn't really matter. Can we get the Fiora from the Fiora? Okay, well, I'm going to run away. This, again, is one of those decisions. Should I rotate or should I just do the camps? Sometimes there will be a wrong answer. You don't always know which one it's going to be. You just make the best assessment you can do, and that assessment will get better over time. Here, it's like, okay, well, maybe I can get here, but Ilawi died faster than expected, I think, so... yeah, do be that way. Ult is up in 21 seconds. We could look to do something here. Ilawi's back up, but she got no TP, so I think we'll just hold and ensure we deny some plates. A new mechanic also very important for us. Not a new mechanic, but, we haven't had to hold turrets as much in recent memory. They've been pretty strong, and sure, it's a good idea to do sometimes, but you don't want to be shown because you're going to lose stuff. I understand that kind of balance of do I show, do I not, but in this season, the resistance is going from 85 to 50%. It's good to kind of protect those plates and protect potential feats of strength, because again, it's about the habits and why we do things, and it's not for the cheap-ass boots, because those boots will be valuable at some point. I'm sure Freak will overbuff them for no particular reason. They do need a little buff, but you know what I mean. Right, HECARIM's ult is available. We do have Ghost to amplify our passive here. Zig's ult's going to go through. We have Aurora coming in from the top left there. HECARIM's going to the back line here to get a double fear off. He's just going to try and kill the Karthus here, who does have flash. We burnt it earlier. Swoop-de-doo, helicopter, doop-de-doo. And now we're going to watch out for the passive. No revive. Huge, deep, nice kill by the Corki. We don't get the dragon. Nobody cares. You see? Because you're just doing League of Legends. But there's a difference. Instead of, hey, I'm going to do the quadrant. Hey, I'm going to do the grubs. Because people are more incentivized through these mechanics to fight over objectives, to rotate for these things, junglers, you have to as well. Sure, I'm making a video for the main channel for next week where we talk about more extreme farming and more extreme ganking, but the balanced approach is just king right now. Learning when to rotate, learning how to rotate, and leaving camps on the map just to make the right play. And Fiora's now rotated down to try and kill everything here because she knows Karthus' ultimate. This champion is an absolute disgusting abomination. And we all hates it. We hates it. Oh, but so is HECARIM, actually. Helicopter twirls work. Yeah, HECARIM, that's why he's good, because he can survive that. I guarantee you any other champion I play is dead. Yeah, righteously. We've spoken a lot as well in the first video on this channel. If you haven't seen it on Virkayu, the guy does the grubs and then again recognizes, look, I think he also had like 3 camps up or 1 camp spawning or whatever, but he just said, look, let me gank mid lane or drive by mid lane because this dragon is just spawned and I don't wish to give away any advantages to the enemy. And because people are more aware than ever of objectives, turrets, and kills, which I guess was the point, and people are falling into the trap here, I'm just here to tell you that it's a label and keep doing what you've always done. He cut across from grubs to dragon. And this is a play that the HECARIM kind of did here. We went from grub, rotated to the fight that was necessary, won the fight, didn't get the dragon, that's fine, but then cut straight back up for the grubs. So in these games around 11, 12 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, you're going to see scenarios where second grubs and dragons are done back to back just to get that leverage, just to get that control. And again, apologize for using it. I avoid using that word so much because I've used it in a very serious sense in my career before League of Legends, but it's been completely tortured and overused, and now people say it with the league space and pro play and stuff, and it makes no sense at all. It's just like we're trying to sound smart, and it's silly. Really, really silly. You could use just a regular word and it would make more sense. Anyway, Aurora's taking that one. We're down here, thank God. This Aurora ult does not lock us in space and time again, or anymore rather, because this looks a little doomed. Good flash from the Ziggs. We do have ult available. We're going to ult in the backline. Look at the damage. But it's an Aurora champion spotlight, and she flashes. Oh, that's tragic and sad. Aurora just disgusting design, man. I don't think anyone enjoyed any of the most recent champions. The Smolders, the Auroras, the Skarner reworks, the Ziris, the Yumis, these are just disgusting abominations that no one likes. I mean, honestly, unreal. The sequence we're in right now. But anyway, close by HECARIM there. With the Eclipse and the Mercury Treads. I don't always agree, as you know by now, with these silly welcome to Japan. You know, I don't really necessarily agree with all of the fights we're taking and things like that, but HECARIM is just such a damn good champion at hovering and making the most of them because of his turnability and CC and speed. It's really great. And again, we're up 1 CS against HECARIM. Now he's tied because he's holding. That's great. You know, we like that. We like that. All right. In terms of objectives, we're 5-1 on the grubs, which means we didn't get that one. Dragging over to the Karthus. Now we've cut and swapped our sequence. Instead of going back to the top side or whatever, we've decided, hey, look, it's all on the bottom side. I've died on the bottom side. I'll come back to the bottom side. Karthus is top. This way I get some nice counter jungling. Again, something HECARIM is really, really good at. We got Milia with us. If we need to smite, obviously we can. Ideally, we want to save it for the dragon. Just make sure you do have one for it, unless you want to set up for a fight. Corki's rotating. Ziggs is bot lane. We see that E against the Rel. We're trying to get our ult off, but we don't have it 18 seconds. We have Ghost available, so we really can play this really relaxed. Overcommit by the Aurora. Ult is up again for some... What? Why? Just why is this a thing? Thank God. Thank you so much. Disgusting. Oh, Karthus ult. Also fair. But the joke, as it is with Karthus mains, rank 1 ultimate is pitiful. Really pitiful, and when you're behind, even more pitiful. Really, truly sad before level 11 plus and before you get a lot of gold. So we got a lot of poke now. Rel decides to go, but this is where HECARIM is so good. You see that? How he just immediately eased into the Rel to separate her from the rest of the team. There can be no follow-up. We do have ult available. He tries to get the ult fear onto the Kai'Su, like very well flashes it. We've used our Ghost to stick with her to give us more damage. Now we can keep chasing down. We get the reset on the Ghost. We're not able to get it because he flashes. Really beautiful fighting from the HECARIM and why we like this champion in this meta. Because he can farm, because he can gank, because he can rotate, because he can react, because he can team fight. Because what? He can hit turrets. It's truly the champion that does a little bit of everything right now. And there are some tankier builds where you can be more supportive around your win cons and team fighting. Like in this one, you got a Ziggs and a Corki. This game is won. It's just about how you play it as the fighter. Now we could go to the dragon, but of course, Bugs Bunny over here is going to be showing up. So, oh my god, go away. Get level 11 if you can. Good, we see her. Such frustrating things to happen. Turret, boom, another one down. Five grubs doing some work. Herald's available as well now at 16 minutes. You decide, do you want Herald or Dragon? There's a lot of this split right now. A lot. Like, do I want a Herald or Dragon? Because they spawn around the same time at this particular stage. If you've done only one here, and you kind of have this overlap where they're together. And even if you do them on point, the third Dragon can spawn now as well. So you gotta decide sometimes which objective you want to go for and which one you want to fight for. I think HECARIM here is making the right play. Let's get this to deny any Soul Con, all right? Because if we get Atacan, we can boost it, and we're fine. If we lose Atacan, why? I mean, look at the damage. I mean, Black Cleaver build, still the best. Shredding, stacking HP, stacking armor shred, stickability, it's amazing. Yeah, this guy made a big mistake here. You basically say, look, we're giving up the Fire Dragon that's done. I can see the way the map is evolving. Snack this sucker up here and punch this shit here if HECARIM and team die or keep pushing here. You know, you want an equal and opposite macro play. And they didn't use it, didn't have it, and it's outrageous, honestly. Outrageous. HECARIM ult coming through! Dead Milio! Now, Fiora is trying to fight our HECARIM up 2 levels. Oh boy. Yeah, she's quite fed, I think, but, oh my. Well, now what you got? Now what you got? Well, she lives. Aurora again. See HECARIM here on the front line. Look at that damage from the E, the swoop-de-doo. Beautiful again. Cannot be killed because of the shield from the Eclipse. The block damage here is already 1432. You can't see that, but yeah. Match history will be linked in the description below as always. Have a look for yourself. Karthus pushing the turret. Trying to go for the execute. I mean, we had Smite. No, we didn't have Smite. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. Unlucky. Is what it is. 1100 in pocket here. Right, now. We are setting up for Heralds and Atacans. Maybe we should have just gone for the Herald there. I think, right or wrong, I would have gone for the Herald there. I just prefer to snack this objective as I fall away, especially if Fiora and everyone's pushed out. Enemy junglers down here. This is absolutely free rinse for me. I would have taken this into this, and then, of course, you can reset and buy your Kindle Gem and Null Magic Mantle, and now we can come out of base, and we've got boom, 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 cut into the mid lane, right? So, after mid lane Fiora fight, you snack this up, they deal with Karthus, you fall back, you base, now you can come down here, and you're going to have this and this, all this and this available, and then you can path towards your team sync up, whichever side Atacan's on, whichever side you want to push. It's really up to you. All camps are under control, maximum buy, maximize experience, nothing weighing you down. Huge. Whereas now you can see a little bit off, but that's fine. This is good too, because this is, you know, they're not going to get the Herald. They're too far behind map-wise. So this is obviously good as well. It's just like a different philosophy of thinking about the reset around mid-game. It's what I've used for years, what I explained to people to use, and it's worked well for them, but maybe this sort of tempo or collapse will work better for you. It is what it is. We'll go ahead and take these Herald snacks. Obviously, there could be contest, which is my whole point of doing that, right? I want to avoid the contest. But HECARIM, you kind of want to invite it and incite it. Rel showing up, horse versus horse crime about to occur, maybe. Alawi split pushing the bottom lane. Here we go. Don't let it be a coin flip. Turn and fight if you need to. We actually are going to go for the coin flip. Corki's able to snack it up. And then we're going to ult back in. 3-man fear to pick it up and try and run out. Ghost is used as well. And Alawi can put the split push in the bottom lane. So I'm not keen on having these scenarios, but that again shows HECARIM's power, prowess, and jungle girth. Because the gap here is no longer a gap. It's between HECARIM and the Karthus. The Karthus, I don't really know what his game plan is. Split push in the bottom lane and now based. HECARIM's now looking at the map and saying, well, there's an Atacan here, boys. Do you guys want to do this? Because they're all on the bottom side. Let's activate the Herald. See, I like this. I like using that Herald as a bait for objectives, for dragons, for barons, for Atacans. But if it's a clear map, don't waste it because you want the 25% buff, which will boost this as well, yeah? Huge to track whether it's better or not. This, in this case, is good because it pushes the Aurora back, gives us an absolute freebie. Remember to step inside the circle. By the way, Here. This thing's going to shoot pellets. Just dodge the pellets, and when the circle comes, walk in the middle there to dissipate it. If you sit on the edge of the circle, it's absolutely killing you there. So join the middle there, it will shrink it down and dissipate a lot easier. You can almost solo this if you do that properly. And then, of course, go gardening afterwards. Watch Fiora splitting on the bottom side. Yes, watch them push the mid lane. Would expect it. That's why the grubs are huge. A lot of adaptive force. 41 only this game. What have we seen in this channel already? 53? I think we saw 60. Unless that was a coaching game, but I'm not sure. Aurora, button presses. That'll be a dead millio. And now we all get frustrated. Oh my god. HECARIM's just like, I stick to you. There you go. Die, bitch. Die. Yes. 4 people bottom lane. Make your executive decision as the jungler you are. Who do you want to be in this life? Well, when you've got the Corki, you can carry in split pushing, I suppose. Especially with 25%. However, if you have kills and you want to help your team, which is probably the better play. Hello, there's an E, there's a stun, doesn't matter because the ult, unstoppable. We'll smite auto attack, get that kill. Now we can twirly willy, make sure this guy dies. Throw your auto attacks in the middle. And we are now 914 with the Eclipse, Black Cleaver, and we're going to go obviously into Spirit Visage. Give us the healing, because W. It shouldn't have been buffed, it was. But unfortunately for me, it was a good buff because no one likes to play HECARIM well anymore. They prefer the one-shot assassin mechanic with 0 skill, or the unkillable tank while killing you over the next 20,000 years mechanic. This one is much more balanced for a skillful HECARIM, so I'm always happy about that, honestly. My hatred, personally, of champions never seeps into coaching educational stuff. I just celebrate good jungling, no matter the champion. And if it's a little bit over the top, we're always honest about that. But yeah, nice. We like it. 914. By the way, Ziggs is only 155, but is doing absolute work here. What we got to set up for is Baron. And here's something that I haven't seen spoken about a lot at all. This blue buff, this red buff, for example, with the Baron map last year, when Baron shows up, they become global, right? Only 24, 45, 5 minutes. Well, actually, it would be 25-12. Around 25-12, after the Baron spawns, will they become the global buffs and the global scuttle with the Scry's bloom. Because that was delayed, it's now delayed 5 minutes. So you're not getting the global buff at 20 minutes anymore. So I see a lot of people take this at 23 now. Oh, where's the global buff? 25 plus. Once Baron has spawned just like before. And obviously that map takes 10 to 12, 15 seconds to go through. So bear that in mind. Something to think about again. More to think about always. Right. Alawi split pushing. Fiora's going to split push too. It's going to be a tough game to close out because of that component. Baron isn't on the map yet, and this is the quiet zone. This used to be 18 minutes, now it's 23 minutes. Look, as always, to do your standard macro, whereby you push waves up and you take control. But if they've got a strong split push, sure, you guys have some sort of TP and you're just chilling for Baron. Don't overforce. She's split pushing here when no one can match that whatsoever. The map was pushed up here, pushed here, and pushed here. Look at this line. I can draw. That's not it. When you want to split push like that, it's got to be all parallel, right? You all got to be moving at the same speed. Like this ping here doesn't help us because Fiora was split pushing. We have to respect that possibility. There she is, scanning the bush, right? Now, Alawi is dead. No TP. We'll be up shortly, but not up right now. Baron up in 40 seconds. We're going to push this up in the bottom wave here. We expect a little bit of a fight, so we don't overcommit whatsoever. If we can make a pick, we will. Fiora decides to give us something for free, and we're going to use the ult there to just absolutely rinse her. Karthus ult comes through, but it's a little late. So Fiora gives us a gift. It's not Christmas anymore, but thank you so much for hinting that away for some particular reason. They had the advantage. Blue team had to siege, crash, and base because of the 5v4 component. We didn't win that fight. Karthus here has his Spirit Visage, obviously, has upgraded his boots. If you got that spare 750, for sure do it, right? It's not a bait in this situation because you're getting more stats for the gold. You have nothing else really of value to buy. It gives you a cool shield, and you can use it to win crucial fights at win you games. Baron's available now, and the standard macro at this particular stage will take over. The quiet phase is done. The Atakan phase is largely done. We get the boost from the Baron, AP and AD as well, and the Atakan, that fusion together, plus 25%. So now we just go and scan. And of course, HECARIM is so unkillable at this particular stage, and he does so much damage as well. Look at this, the stickiness fact is pretty huge also. This is what you want to do, right? Use your body, win the HP war, push them off. Don't have to fully commit and die. See that too much, just chunk them a little bit, Keep your sustain stacks up here. Wait for your team to join. And then, of course, use your ult wherever necessary. Beautiful flare again. Other direction, splitting the rel up from her team. Karthus is also just already dead. And there you go. 3 dead. Just from that chunk, sustain chunk. Baiting them into a fight and then going the other way. Splitting them off together. Sustain yourself and get that kill. Absolutely massive. And remember, this also boasts shielding as well. So, massive, no? Well measured, this game. Well measured. There's the Aurora going in. Nice little contest by them. Something you can be aware of, but it doesn't always work. But your HECARIM, why is he good here? Because you can run away really, really fast. Oh! 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 Well, I mean, in that case, we can run back in. Oh! Oh! Mutual kills. Another one. Wait for the E. But it's Aurora, so... Ah, we see her. See you. Just pressing W like maybe this will hit. Ah, it's so diseased. We have alt. There you go. And because we're Triumph Frog and we're tanky, huge. Really, really massive, that one there. So that's 1630. You can see that? 1630 health restored there, so massive. Cool. Well played by the HECARIM. Full male. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Fiora, basically, makes sense. Dragon's going to be spawning in about a minute. Karthus is pushing here. He is of no concern to you. You're level 18. Just hit him with the E, use your W, swoop to do helicopter moves, and now we can move on down to join our team for that dragon. We'll take this one first here, give us vision. We can start shadowing these Ziggs here. Perfect, that's what we're really good at. We see the claps from the team on our team. See the claps from the enemy team on our team, on the bottom side. Oh, that was beautiful ult into the smite. Hello, Bunny. Good night. Give it away to Ziggs. Never mind. We'll take... we'll take it ourselves. And there we go. Great, great game from everyone involved, but all enabled through the HECARIM's like really good level jungling. Just high quality everything, basically. A few little iffy moments of the fights. You know, we don't always like those things early on, but just a really great showing of sometimes... keeping that, look, I really want to leave, but I should hang around a bit. How long is too much, or is it too little? Perfect balance here, and, you know, only 1 death. Massive. S+ jungler.